Mate, if you ain't getting this Wonga, then this one's for you.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to EME TV, and welcome back to another video where you join me in the FN2 today. I'm running some errands in awful UK weather today. I don't know, it's just typical UK weather, is it? From going from, I've got the AC on, so I'll turn that off because I'm sure that's coming through the camera. Boom. Yep, so sorry about that. But yeah, as I was saying, unfortunately, if you didn't hear me, we've got awful UK weather as always, and we've gone from a heat wave that we had earlier on in the week. Monday and Tuesday it was like 40 degrees, and now we've gone to absolutely torrential conditions with it being very wet. But today I'm out in the FN2, but we're not actually talking about the FN2 today. We are talking about the Mercedes and finance. So when I posted a video about obviously the reveal of the Mercedes, a couple of you obviously commented saying, you know, could you do a bit of a video about sort of what you pay, finance related, so on and so forth, about how I sort of stumbled across the finance and so on. So I thought, you know what, during my errands today, I'll bring you guys along and discuss finance. So without further ado, let's get into it. So essentially, as I said, the C-Class was obviously bought as an upgrade from Mrs. from her Peugeot 207. We're thoroughly enjoying it. She's thoroughly enjoying it, to say the most. And how did I sort of come across the monthly payments that I currently pay now? And I'm going to put down my window a bit because the FN2 just gets really hot for some reason. Don't know why, but sorry if you hear any wind noise. How did I stumble across that? So essentially, it's all down to the APRs that each finance dealership, whatever, can offer you. So when I was flicking across through different cars, I was looking at what the dealerships offered, because when you do find a car on Auto Trader or relevant websites, you can obviously go to the website of the dealership and put in, sometimes they'll have the quote sort of finance calculator for you to put in some details, what your deposit is, the term you want, and the annual mileage you're going to be doing, and it will roughly give you a quote based on that, around what you'll be paying monthly. Now that's done purely on, that's done purely on certain percentages that they would fix, APR percentages that they would do. This is what I know. I'm not a finance expert, by the way, so everything I do speak about in this video is purely going to be from me sort of kind of understanding it in my own way. So a lot of them just do it via, why is this light not changing, by the way? Jesus Christ, come on. A lot of them are done purely on percentages, so APRs, and APRs vary from like 5.9 all the way up to like 15, 16.9 or whatever it is. And essentially, the higher that number, the more interest you're paying on the amount that they're obviously going to loan you. So your monthly payments are going to be more expensive. If the APR for one dealership is 5.9, the other dealership's offering 8.9, and you've been accepted on that, you're going to be paying more purely on the interest side of things. Now, those figures are purely done on a sort of general basis. The real figures you do obtain, obviously, when they do a credit check on you. So you have to do a proper credit check or soft check or whatever they do in order to get accurate figures. So the ones that you see sometimes online that will pop up won't be accurate for yourself. They're sort of generic, because I believe they have to be able to offer it to a certain amount of people for them to actually advertise it like that. I believe something along those lines. And you can obviously go through a proper credit check and obviously be able to get proper figures for you. So why I said I'm still at this red light, change. As I said, I didn't go through with the dealership finance. We did a quote via the dealership. So what happened is, we did a credit check and the dealership offered us a monthly payment based on whatever they accepted. So they accepted it, I can't remember what they accepted, but essentially the car was obviously 90,000, and as I said in my previous video, our deposit was £2,000, because I usually do it on a 10% of whatever the car's worth, £2,000, and wanted it under a certain figure. Now the dealership, after putting them in and doing the credit check, they offered us a 13.9 APR, which means that that's on the higher side, to be honest. And they said that with 2k in on that car, we'd be paying £343 a month, to be exact. I was like, you know what, that sounds slightly high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a broker, that's where Magnitude Finance came in. And I spoke to Magnitude Finance, told them, look, I found this car, we want to go through this, what can you offer me on the quote? So Magnitude actually have a calculator as well that you guys can fiddle around with online, which I'm probably on that calculator 8 out of 7 times in a week. Yeah, I'm on that calculator way too much. And essentially you could input the details of the car, the registration, the mileage of the car, the amount of mileage, your annual mileage you're going to be doing a year, the price of the car, your deposit, and it will give you figures based on that. Now at the time, Magnitude were offering 6.9 APR on their calculator. And when I did go through, and when Mrs. went through with the finance through them, we got accepted on a 6.9 APR, which then means that our monthly payments were going to be considerably lower. So what happened was the dealership offers us 2k in and £343 a month, which was, as I said, slightly too high for what I wanted to pay. And it's not outrageous in terms of monthly payment. It's not, you know, mad. However, it was just too much for what I wanted to be paying. And sorry guys, I need to clean the screen because I can't see a thing out of my thing, so I'll be right back. Yeah, I've come to a quieter road, but this road is the road that's usually very, very bumpy. Apologies for anything any shaking of the camera that you do see or does come up. But yes, and where was I? So yeah, the dealership offered us 2k in, £343, and Magnitude, after inputting details and going through the credit check with them, offered us 2k in, £275 a month. So that saved us a whopping 43.25. So that saved us a whopping £68 a month just via going with the broker. Obviously, do read the small prints. There are certain, you know, things and so on. To be fair, did I read the blueprint? I probably didn't, but essentially, just get cheaper. Just get a cheaper rate. And what the broker does, so Magnitude Finance, what they do essentially is they are the middleman. So how it works is that they obviously have a list of lenders, banks that are willing to obviously lend money to individuals like us who are obviously trying to look for a car. And what happens is, when you actually try and go through them, they will then find a lender that is willing to lend on your behalf, purely based on probably your spending habits, your credit score, and so on and so forth. And if they're happy with that, they'll obviously offer you a lower interest rate, and you pay. And then essentially what happens is we're paying back the lender, not Magnitude Finance. You're going to be paying back the lender, the person who's actually giving you the loan, giving you the money. And that's not Magnitude, as they're the middle person. They have got that. They basically make the relationship between you and that bank or lender that has obviously lent you the money. So essentially, we got cheaper finance through a broker, and I would definitely advise anybody out there who's obviously looking at, you know, financing the car, getting a more expensive car, and you're looking to finance it. Sometimes going through the dealership, don't get me wrong, is hassle-free, because one, if you're going to a dealership and getting finance from them, they can usually do it on the same day, which means that you'll do the credit check, they'll tell you how much you're going to be paying based on your credit score or whatnot, and then you walk away with the car, usually in the same day, within a couple of hours. Whereas with a broker, it's slightly different, because what happens is the broker then has to get in touch with the lender then has to get in touch with the dealership, and they exchange certain documents, and they have their own sort of T's and C's, and the dealership have their own T's and C's. So the process is a tad longer, but to save 70 quid a month, I was like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And how long did it take? So we put in the request on a Monday, and we ended up picking the car, put in the request on a Friday, ended up picking the car the following Friday. So it took a week, which wasn't outrageous. But to make those savings, I mean, 343 down, 275 down from 343 is a whopping saving. So yes, I would much rather be saving almost 70 quid a month just to wait for my car a tad longer. It was quite annoying, but yeah, essentially that's how much we pay on the that's how much we pay on the Mercedes C-Class, £275, which for me is dirt cheap. That is dirt cheap. 2k in, £275 a month. That's over a 4-year contract, doing 8k per annum. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't see anybody else sort of offering us a finance package like that out there. I even tried certain other brokers, and they couldn't offer me the same rates that Magnitude did. Hence why I went with Magnitude. And obviously with the finance as well, it's a PCP. So at the end of the contract, we have different options, whether we pay off the balloon payment to keep the car, give the car back and take out a new one, or just give the car back and walk away. So you kind of get the three options at your disposal. Whichever one you want to do at the end of the term is up to you. But yeah guys, essentially that is it. If you guys are looking to obviously get finance and to obviously you know, fund your next car, I would definitely look into getting a broker to sort of help you out there, because usually they can 100%, most of them, let me not say 100%, they can most of the time get you better quotes and better rates and a lower monthly payment on your finance, which is, you know, everybody wants to save money out there. So that's what I did. It worked out for me pretty well, and I'm sure hopefully it'll work out for you as well, guys. All right, guys, so that's enough finance talk today. I'm sure most of you are going to be like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that's a small insight to obviously what I know sort of along the finance side of things. If anybody out there does have a bit more knowledge about me, a bit more knowledge than me in this department, don't hesitate to obviously put your comments down below and obviously educate all of us. But without further ado, guys, thanks a lot for watching. As always, stay tuned for more content to come. I appreciate the support as always. We're almost at 500 subscribers as well, which is a little bit of a milestone. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe, because it will help the channel out, as well as clicking that like button as well. And yeah, guys, I guess I ain't got nothing more to say, so I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Mate, if you ain't getting this one, then this one's for you.